Welcome, everyone, to the Extreme Xfinity Series fueled by Goat Locker Racing. Tonight, these Xfinity cars will be taking on Circuit of the Americas for 24 laps of road course racing action. I'm going to be your announcer for tonight, Atlee, Atman Weeson. I'm excited to call all the action here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting. This is going to be an interesting race here tonight because we're going to see some of the road course ringers come out on top here. And we might see some drivers that we don't normally see in the top 10 or top 5 up front here tonight, as you really see some unique drivers in the top 5 and top 10 during these road course races. Right now, the point standings is very tight between Eddie Smith and Cody McElwain. Eddie Smith with 376 points. Cody with 365. Eddie has 4 wins this season, and Cody has 3. We see Michael Kostick sitting not too far behind, 3rd in points. 4th in points is Jonah Colbert. And then rounding out your top 5, we have Charles Stevens. And I will say this. It's looking like Cody McElwain is not in the session here tonight, so that could affect our point standings. Eddie Smith is. Last week we were at Nashville Super Speedway. We saw 4 cautions for 16 caution laps, 4 lead changes. It was a great race, and Cody McElwain ended up getting his 3rd win of the season after starting in 2nd. Patrick Drobick took 2nd. 3rd was Jamie Barkis. 4th was Daniel Cunningham. And then rounding out your top 5 was Michael Kostick. Again, Cody McElwain looks like is not in the session here tonight. So this should definitely affect our point standings. As right now it's tight, only 11 points separating Eddie Smith and Cody McElwain. Right now in practice, we see Zach Wetstein on the top of the board with 2 minutes 15 seconds as his lap time. Then in 2nd and 3rd, it's Michael Kostick and Andy Kurtz, both with 2 minutes 16 seconds. 4th is Eddie Smith, 2 minutes 17 seconds. Jonah Colbert, 5th, 2 minutes 17 seconds. So right now it's looking like in practice, Zach Wetstein tonight is going to be the driver to beat. I know last time I announced a road course race here in the Extreme Xfinity Series, Zach Wetstein got a top 3, I believe. So he's looking to try to continue that. There we see Kieran Church turning some laps. Garrett Kinder turning some laps. Everybody trying to get some practice time in because, gosh, this track is difficult. I actually broadcasted a race here last week with the SESRA Xfinity Series, and I said, well, hey, I'm going to try this after the race. And I tried running here, and I wrecked in turn 1. This track is definitely not for the faint of heart. You're going to really need to bring your A game here tonight if you want to be successful. Looks like practice is getting ready to wrap up here. And it's looking like Zach Wetstein is going to be on the top of the board. All right, here we go. We are now getting set for qualifying. These drivers will get 2 laps to try to set their best possible lap time. There we see Patrick Drobick exiting the pits. There we see Jonah Colbert exiting the pits as well. There's Eddie Smith, your current points leader, getting ready to start his first lap. And for qualifying runs, let's look at the cockpit cam of these drivers. There we see Eddie Smith going downhill here. We see he got a little bit loose off the corner there. The key to these road course races is definitely hitting your marks, because one little mistake can get you off track and slow you down. Head into turn 11 here. Having to get way down right there. Yeah, I definitely could not do this. Oh! See, he was getting a little bit loose there. What a save there for Eddie Morris. Excuse me, Eddie Smith. Here we go. We're coming to the final turn. And Eddie will be starting his first lap. Oh, I lied. This is the final turn coming up right here. You see pit road. Now, don't let it fool you. That first line is actually the start-finish line and not under that Circuit of the Americas sign. So here we go. Let's watch what Eddie Smith does here. Here he goes, heading into turn number 1. Jamie Barkas on his first lap, heading downhill here. Here's Andy Kurtz also on his first lap, heading downhill into turn number 2. You see Eddie Smith traversing through the S's, doing a good job. Heading into turn number 8 now. See Jamie Barkas heading into turn number 10, turn number 11. Ooh, hitting the turn a little bit there. That might have slowed him down a little bit. Got Travis Bieber. Oh no! He gets loose heading into the S's. That is definitely unfortunate for the 114. That's definitely going to hurt his lap time. Here we go, heading into the final turn for Jamie Barkas. And there we go, Patrick Drobick on the top of the board right now with 2 minutes, 18 seconds. We see Eddie Smith able to get to second with, oh, and there we go, Andy Kurtz to the top of the board with 2 minutes, 17 seconds. Zach Wetstein, your leader in practice, at the top of the board with 2 minutes, 16 seconds. Looking to try and improve on his second lap. So right now, Zach Wetstein on the top of the board. Then second is Andy Kurtz. Speaking of second, that now belongs to Michael Kostick, who has 2 minutes, 16 seconds and 7 tenths. He's only 5 tenths off of first place Zach Wetstein. Watch out for that 04 machine. There's Daniel Cunningham in that 54 machine. Heading into turn number 11 right now. Looks like Michael Kostick has gone back to the pits. Oh, we see Cunningham getting a little bit loose off that corner. He was able to save it. Three minutes left here in qualifying. So these drivers need to start getting their lap times in. Anybody that hasn't gone on track, Jake Ellingson, Jason Lottridge, missed their chance to do a lap time. Final turn for Daniel Cunningham. See if he can improve. He does, 2 minutes, 18 seconds. Here's Kai Shapper, currently sitting in 10th right now. Sitting in 10th right now, 2 minutes, 23 seconds. This is his best lap time. Looking to improve here. Travis Bieber is looking to complete his first lap. Here's Travis Bieber. See Kai Shapert heading here into the corner. Oh, we see Travis Bieber heading off track a little bit there. Luckily, he is able to save it. We see Kieran Church getting loose as well. Lots of drivers getting loose right now. See Church getting ready to head into turn 20, the final corner. Kieran getting ready to complete his first lap. Looks like Kai, he's slowing down. He was actually able to improve with 2 minutes, 21 seconds. Travis Bieber completes his first lap. Actually, looks like he was just now starting it. Fortunately, he's run out of time. See Chuck Pegleg Feltz currently sitting in 11th with 2 minutes, 23 seconds. He is looking to try to improve here in a second lap. But I'm not sure if he can complete his second lap time in time. Only 20 seconds left here in qualifying. And there we go. Qualifying is wrapping up. Looks like Zach Wettstein is sitting on the top of the board. Let's take a look at your starting lineup here. Starting on the pole with 2 minutes, 15 seconds. It's the 9 Hoosier Motorsports machine of Zach Wettstein. Outside of him, it's the 04 of Michael Kostick. In third with BK Motorsports, it's the 5 of Andy Kurtz. In fourth with JC Motorsports, it's the 31 of Jonah Colbert. And then rounding out your top 5, we have the 07 Goat Locker Racing Machine of Patrick Drobick. In sixth with JC Motorsports, it's the 54 of Daniel Cunningham. Seventh is JC Motorsports' is number 87 of Eddie Smith, your current points leader. Eighth is Goat Locker Racing's number 15 of Jamie Barkis. Number 9 is the 13 of Garrett Kinder, he's representing Reaper Racing. And then rounding out your top 10 with Extreme Motorsports, it's the 4 of Kai Schapper. In 11th with Big Fish Motorsports, it's the 75 of Chuck Phelps. 12th is BK Motorsports' Travis Bieber. 13th in the 48, it's Jason Lottridge. 14th is Goat Locker Racing's number 27 of Jake Ellingson. With Critchley Gallant Engineering, it's the 22 of Kieran Church, starting last but not least. So here we go. We are now starting our pace laps here at Circuit of the Americas. Drivers getting their tires warmed up. You definitely do not want to go into turn 1, lap 1 here at Circuit of the Americas on cold tires. Here we see the drivers coming out of turn number 20. Oh, no, it looked like the safety car had come in. So here we go. Zach Wettstein starting on the bottom. Michael Kostick starting on the top. We've got a good field of drivers here tonight. 15 cars. Only one can win. The key here tonight is going to be keeping it clean. No off-track penalties, nothing like that. There's not a lot of room for mistakes here, so these drivers are going to kind of have to be mistake-free. Here we go. Coming to the green flag. Pace car is in. And there we go. Green flag is out here at Circuit of the Americas. 24 laps of racing here tonight. We see right now Zach Wettstein is able to get a clear of Michael Kostick heading into turn number 1. We see, here comes the 5 of Andy Kurtz. Oh no! We see Jonah Colbert loses it coming out of turn number 1. We see Zach Wettstein slows up a little bit in after the corner, and that's going to give the lead now to Michael Kostick. Here we go through the S's. Can Zach Wettstein make a pass? He's sitting right on the back bumper of Michael Kostick. See, Kevin Kinder says going to be a fun race. I agree. Oh no, looks like Zach Wettstein looked like he was going to get loose off the corner. That's going to allow Michael Kostick to extend his lead. I agree. It is going to be a fun race. I don't get a lot of opportunities to announce road course races, but when I do, it's always a fun time announcing these road course races. So we'll see what happens here. My favorite part about road course races is the fact that everybody always has a chance. Nobody, you can't count out anybody. Everybody always has a chance. That's what makes these races so awesome. See right now Andy Kurtz sitting on the back bumper of Zach Wettstein. This is for that second place spot. Looks like Wettstein was able to get a good run, and looks like he is now clear coming out of the corner. Field getting pretty spread out. We see Michael Kostick with a 7/10 lead over second place driver Zach Wettstein trying to run away here. We see right now Jake Ellingson and Jamie Barkus battling for that 14th spot. Looks like Ellingson was able to get clear, but he comes way up the track into the sand, and he gets loose. Looks like right now Jake Ellingson struggling. See a lot of drivers struggling so far. Just in turn 1, lap 1, we saw a lot of drivers getting loose and making some mistakes. So far, the driver with the most off tracks. We haven't even completed a lap yet. Jason Lottridge already has 4 off tracks, and that's only off track penalties. That does not include all of his incident points. We see Zach Wetstein looking to try to make on pass on Michael Kostick here in turn one. We see Wetstein getting a big run. Can he make a pass here in the S's? There he goes. We see he's looking low. Side by side through the S's between Zach Wetstein and Michael Kostick. Here they come out of the S's. They're still side by side. We see Wetstein with a bit of a nose. Let's see if he can make a pass here coming into the corner. They are still side by side. And there we go. Wetstein able to get a good run. Zach Wetstein is clear and back up to the lead. I know earlier on in the race, Wetstein ended up losing the lead. He has now got it back and actually currently has a 8/10 lead over second place Michael Kostick. We see Patrick Drobick take a look down low under Daniel Cunningham for that fourth place spot. They are south. There we go. We see actually Daniel Cunningham was able to get clear and is now sitting in fourth. See Zach Wetstein right now with an almost 1 second lead. He is starting to run away from the rest of the field. We know Wetstein was fast. He was your leader in practice, your leader in qualifying. Definitely good at these road courses. Looking to try to pick up the win here tonight. We see right now Kai Shappert battling with Travis Bieber for that 10th place spot. Let's see what Shappert can do here. Right now just trying to set up that pass on the 114. Right now, man, the field just getting really, really spread out right now. Daniel Cunningham. We'll see Eddie Smith ran his personal best lap time that last lap with a 2 minutes, 18 seconds. Let's see what Eddie Smith can do here. Let's see if he can use that momentum to get up into the top 5. Here we go through the S's. What a beautiful sight right there. Race cars going through the S's. We see Eddie Smith trying to get by Patrick Drobick for 5th. He's right on his back bumper. See if he can make a pass here in this next corner. Ooh, he's getting right there. Couldn't quite make the pass, however. We see Travis Bieber was able to get by Jason Lottridge. Looks like Jason Lottridge a little bit off pace right now. Not sure what happened to him. Andy Kurtz has reeled in Michael Kostick for that second place spot. He got a big run on him there in that last corner. Jason Lottridge side by side with Kai Shappert for that 10th place spot. We see Shappert with the nose as we head into the corner. And he is able to get clear Kai Shappert to 10th now. Right now, we see Zach Wetstein with an almost 2-second lead over second place Michael Kostick. Zach Wetstein starting to run away with this thing. Zach Wetstein, definitely the fastest Xfinity car on track. He was the fastest in practice, fastest in qualifying. Definitely was the one to beat here. And he's definitely showing why he started on the pole here tonight. He has had one heck of a race. We saw Daniel Cunningham just ran his personal best lap time with 2 minutes, 17 seconds. He's currently sitting in 4th, trying to reel in Andy Kurtz for 3rd. Zach Wetstein now 3-second lead over second place Michael Kostick. What a race so far for Wetstein. We see side by side between Travis Bieber and Kieran Church. Here we see Kieran and Bieber heading into the S's. Let's see if Church can make a pass here. Again, we're side by side. Oh, there we see Kieran. Oh, no, there's a car loose in the corner. That's Jason Lottridge. That's going to slow up a lot of the field. And we actually see Jonah Colbert currently into the pits. Looks like he's sitting and getting some damage fixed. I believe this pit stop was unscheduled. That is definitely unfortunate for Colbert, who was definitely, he was having a pretty good race. So far, the biggest mover of the race, that's going to belong to Kieran Church, who is up to 10th now. Kieran started in the back of the pack, but has just made some smart moves and has just avoided some of the mess, and he has quickly brought himself into the top 10. Fastest lap time of the race for Zach Wetstein, 2 minutes 16 seconds. What a lap time for that 9 machine, definitely showing why he is the fastest car on track. Let's take a look at your current top 5 right now. We see Zach Wetstein in first, Michael Kostick in second. We see currently Andy Kurtz sitting in third, Daniel Cunningham in fourth right now. And then rounding out your top 5, we have Patrick Drobick. Now, this league is fueled by Goat Locker Racing, so I want to quickly take the time to talk a little bit about what is Goat Locker Racing. Goat Locker Racing is an organization that gives back to the veteran community. They are like-minded individuals that understand that to support veterans, they have to build a community. Goat Locker Racing's community will be based on camaraderie and the love of racing. They will sponsor veteran racers both in sim racing and real life through their sponsors and partnerships. Because when we end up in victory lane, so do our brothers and sisters. So if you're interested in finding out more about Goat Locker Racing, make sure to check out their website at goatlockerracing.com. They also have an Instagram. Go check that out. They have a Facebook. They have a YouTube. So make sure to check all of those out. Right now, we see Chuck Felch trying to reel in Jamie Barkus for that 11th place spot. Looks like Jamie Barkus with, we see a car is stopped on the track. That was Kieran Church. Looks like he was a little bit off pace there. I'm not sure what happened to him. Looks like he just went off track a little bit. That slowed him down. So looks like Zach Wetstein now coming to a almost 4-second lead now over second place Michael Kostick. I mean, you can't even see that 04 machine. He's not even in sight. There you go. That's how big the gap between first and second is right there. 4 seconds between first and second. Looks like Daniel Cunningham was actually able to make it by Andy Kurtz for that third place spot. Definitely watch out for that 54 machine. Zach Wetstein is just on a whole nother level compared to the rest of the field right now. 2 minutes, 16 seconds, his best lap time, has an almost 5-second lead. Fastest in practice, fastest in qualifying. Zach Wetstein really showing that he is quite the road course ringer. Michelle says, I would have had a fun time battling Zach. You got to get into this league, Daniel. We got to get you in the Original Rebels Racing League so you can race against Zach, man. Yeah, I mean, the fastest lap, they're running 2 minutes 16, 2 minutes 17 seconds. There are some fast guys here tonight. But Daniel, we can get you battling with Zach. Just let me know if you're interested in the league. They have racing 7 nights a week, including this Xfinity series on Friday nights. We see Kieran Church right now in the back bumper of Chuck Feltz here. This is the battle for 12th. Oh, here we go. Coming off of turn number 20, we see Chuck Feltz getting way off track. That's going to allow Kieran Church to get under him. Let's see if Church will try. And yeah, he's able to get clear. Kieran Church to 12th place now. I do want to quickly talk about so far the biggest mover of the race is Kieran Church, or currently in 12th place. Kieran started in the back, but he has been able to avoid a lot of the wrecks and has just made some smart moves, and he's gotten up to 12th place. He's looking to try to reel in your 11th place driver, Jason Lottridge. Daniel Williams Sane says, sharp looking cars. I agree, there are some awesome looking paint schemes tonight. Here's a look at all of the paint schemes here. We got Zach Wetstein's Autodesk. Let's see, Snap-on. I would probably have to say here, in my opinion, see, Ratchet Miller says, just getting to the race. Yep, we currently have 17 laps to go here at Circuit of the Americas. Zach Wetstein with a 4-second lead over second place Michael Kostick. It's pretty much been the Zach Wetstein show here. He has led majority of the race. He's definitely been the one to beat here tonight. Nobody's even gotten anywhere near him. I agree. It does look like a lot of these drivers put some time into their paint schemes. I know the Original Rebels definitely has a big paint scheme making community, and we see a lot of drivers post some awesome looking paint schemes. And the Original Rebels are actually hosting a paint scheme contest right now. So if you make a paint scheme with just like the Original Rebels branding and Intensity Broadcasting branding, the best car will get featured on the Intensity Broadcasting shirt for the Original Rebels. And this is for this is a truck. I'd probably say, though, my favorite paint scheme is probably have to go with the 04 machine of Michael Kostick. I mean, I love the red and the black and the white. It all goes together so well. Snap-on car. Definitely love the paint scheme. I agree. This has been some crazy mayhem for sure. Right now, the driver with the most off-track penalties is Kai Shappert. He has 32 off-track penalties, and that does not include incident points. I would be interested to see how many incident points he has. And he is still in the top 10 despite having 33 off-tracks. Right, it's kind of like a transition from the white, and then it kind of moves toward the black. I agree with you. Looks like we actually might be seeing some green flag pit stops here. Kai Shappert is into the pits. So I guess we may see some pit strategy here. I'm not sure. I am doing great. I'm excited. I've been excited to call this road course racing here tonight. It's been definitely a fun race so far. A bit uneventful up front, but there's been some battles all throughout the track. And now we're seeing some pit strategy come into play with Kai Shappert now having fresh tires. Since he has the freshest tires on the track, we should see him quickly make his way up to the field. And this should maybe pose a threat to some of your front runners since he has fresh tires. But to answer your question, Ratchet, I am doing good. I agree, Kevin. I think it is definitely time for some fresh rubber on these Xfinity cars. We have already seen 2 seconds of tire fall off for your leader, Zach Wetstein. And looks like the car's getting a little bit squirrely. Got a little bit squirrely there off turn number 20. Yeah, I mean, if you can get that simulator setup going, I definitely recommend hopping on iRacing. If you're a racing or fan of racing video games, I definitely recommend it. I've been on the platform for 1 year, and I have no complaints about it. There are definitely a couple bugs and issues sometimes with netcode and blinking and some features that still haven't gotten added yet. But overall, iRacing is definitely a positive, a good investment for a racing fan. It's a monthly subscription. And you get access to 80 plus tracks, 80 plus cars. And when you get the iRacing subscription, you already get some free cars and free tracks. The rest of them you have to pay for, and they are always adding new cars and new tracks for their seasons. iRacing runs in seasons, so it's always new stuff. There's always fresh stuff to race with. So definitely recommend watching or getting iRacing for sure. We see Kieran Church heading into pits, getting some Mr. Feelgoods. This should help him try to work his way up to the field. And with these drivers with fresh tires, this should be putting some pressure on Zach Wetstein, who is still on the tires that he started the race with. as more and more drivers come in, question is, when will Zach come in? See Zach Wetstein currently sitting in first. Second place is Michael Kostick. In third, we got Andy Kurtz. Fourth, back down to fourth, is Daniel Cunningham. And we see Patrick Drobick, your fifth place driver, getting loose off the corner. Luckily, there's a 23-second gap between him and Garrett Kinder that didn't hurt him too much, but Patrick Drobick can't keep making mistakes like that, or eventually it will cost him. Kinder making a showing. Yeah, Garrett Kinder has had a great race, currently sitting in that sixth place spot. He's just outside of the top five, trying to reel in your fifth place driver, Patrick Drobick. Currently 17 seconds separate him and Drobick. But yeah, Kinder's having a very great race, especially because, Circuit of the Americas is very, very difficult track. Kinder definitely having a good showing here tonight. There hasn't really been any net code in this race here tonight. There wasn't really any in Thunderstruck, or this is for me, and I don't remember any occurrences in SCSRA, but there are weeks where net code can be absolutely terrible. Got Travis Bieber on track right now, or he's in the pits getting some fresh tires. I remember I announced a Thunderstruck race, and there was like 10 cautions. All of them were net code. It was terrible. That was at super late models at Stafford, I think. Oh, for sure. I mean, tires and brakes are definitely an issue here at Circuit of the Americas. You can definitely tell Zach Wetstein's starting to get a little bit, he's getting a little bit more wear on those tires and a little bit more trouble braking because he keeps washing up on the corners. And I agree, Daniel, iRacing is definitely fun and entertaining as well. We see Daniel Cunningham, one of the first drivers in the top five to come in. This should really signal your top five drivers to start coming in, especially your leader, Zach Wetstein, because with Daniel Cunningham having these fresh tires, he's been fast all night. He should work his way up to the field quickly. In the year that I've been announcing with Intensity Broadcasting, it has definitely been entertaining to watch all these different cars on all these different tracks. And the best part of iRacing is definitely how realistic it is. I mean, look at that. It looks exactly like you're watching the race on television on like Fox or NBC. It's incredible how well the graphics are here on iRacing. There's so many different things that you can do with it's always a unique experience. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the drivers up front have been doing well, but I've been seeing the drivers that have been successful. Let's actually take a little bit look here at some of the outtakes from tonight's event for some of these drivers. Here's a look at Jason Lottridge. Looks like he got a little bit loose there coming into turn number 20 and just doing some donuts. Here's Kai Schappert coming into a corner. Comes way off the track there. Yeah. That was probably the case. Here's Garrett Kinder heading off track. Watch a little bit off the corner there. And looks like we have some more green flag pit stop action going on here. There we go. We were having some trouble there with the replay system. I agree with you, Dan. It did look like the 48 at Lot Ridge locked up the brakes. But yeah, most of the drivers have been doing well. Probably the driver with the most off-track penalties is Kai Schapper. He has 50, but he's still in the top 10. He's had a decent race. See, Andy Kurtz, he exited the pits. He's got fresh tires now. Garrett Kinder coming in to get some fresh tires. So Zach Wetstein now with a lot of the field coming in is definitely going to be getting some pressure to come in, because once these drivers have fresh tires, they're going to start to reel them in pretty fast. And I think right now with the field pretty spread apart, we're actually going to turn up the volume here with Pump Up the Intensity. You'll get to hear the sounds and sights of the racetrack. So here we go. We are back here with the racing action. Hopefully you enjoyed Pump Up the Intensity there and us turning up the volume. While we were under break, Zach Wetstein, your leader, came into the pits, got some fresh tires. He is now sitting in the second place spot. Michael Kostick was able to catch up to him and is now currently sitting in first, and I believe he is the last driver of the leaders to come in. Yes, he is the last driver of the leaders to come in. Question is, when will Michael Kostick come into the pits? That is the question. And I guess we just got our question answered. Michael Kostick, your leader, coming into the pits now. My main question is, will he be able to come in and come out and still keep that lead? If so, Kostick's pit strategy would have definitely worked out. It's looking pretty good for Caustic. No, he was not able to come in and come out and still keep the lead. So that means Zach Wettstein is your new leader. Wettstein, well, actually, it's looking like Caustic will have fresher tires than Zach Wettstein. So will that allow Caustic to catch Wettstein in the end? We will see. Got to look at the chat here. We've had a lot. Let's see. They're allowed to use the runoffs. They sure are using them. They absolutely are. We see a ton of drivers with a lot of off-track penalties. Even Zach Wettstein, your leader, has 11 off-track penalties, so you're definitely right, Jonah. These drivers are really using those runoffs. Yeah, everyone has to pit once, and we have seen that here. Everybody in the field has made their one pit stop here tonight. Yep, he pitted. Yeah, I mean, if you try making it through the corners without using that little runoff, it can definitely, and you get loose, it can cut some time. So allowing that car to come up a little bit without trying to force it down can definitely help you not scrub speed in the corner. So it's definitely important here at COTA to use those runoffs to just carry speed. Right now, Zach Wettstein has a 10-second lead over second place Michael Caustic right now. Wettstein isn't home free yet, but it's looking pretty good for that 9 machine. He's had an absolutely dominant performance, except for early on when we saw green flag pit stops. Wettstein has pretty much dominated this event. Right now, our biggest mover of the race is Kieran Churchu. We just saw him fly over one of the turtles and goes off track. Got some airtime there. Didn't know these were monster trucks. Church is able to get back on track now. Looks like he was able to stay in 9th. Fastest lap time of the race has just been set by Zach Wettstein. 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Fastest lap time of the race. That just shows, I mean, Zach Wettstein is really the top dog here in the field tonight. Definitely the one to beat for sure. Definitely our biggest tough break, though, was Jonah Colbert. After starting in the 4th place position, we saw him get loose and turn 1, lap 1, and then after that, really didn't see him too much, and he's now mainly disconnected us. We saw he was in the YouTube chat. Definitely unfortunate there for Colbert, who looked to have a pretty fast Xfinity car. Do want to mention, make sure to go check out after the broadcast our new merchandise store, IntensityBroadcasting.com. I know there are shirts, hats, mugs, mouse pads, and anything you could think of on there with Intensity Broadcasting's logo on it and some of our league's logos on it. Make sure to go pick up an original Rebel shirt, sticker, or poster. And also, there will be new items added periodically, so make sure to always check in to the store if anything new was added. We're coming up with some different design ideas that I think our fans would like. And if you see anything in the store that you would like, any other new items, definitely let us know and we can get it added for you. Broadcaster curse? Yeah, in my time as a broadcaster here with Intensity Broadcasting, I've always been notorious of cursing many drivers. So, I don't know. I may have cursed Jonah. I don't know. I apologize to Jonah if I did put the broadcaster curse on him. Oh, we see a car! Oh my gosh! There was a car literally doing, looks like his brakes might have locked up. There was a car doing donuts in the middle of the track right when leader Zach Wetstein was coming by. That could have been a disaster. Looks like that was Jason Lottridge. Oh my. That could have been a disaster for leader Zach Wetstein. His perfect race would have ended probably right there if he would have made contact. But shout out to Zach Wetstein for doing a good job maneuvering around him. Coming to 7 laps to go now for Zach Wetstein. He currently has an 8-second lead over second place driver Michael Kostick. Can he pick up the victory here? He's just had a absolutely phenomenal... Oh, we see another car off track. That's Chuck Feltz. Looks like Wetstein is reeling him in here. Ooh. Near miss there for Wetstein. Luckily, Feltz was able to get out of the way in time. Definitely been a great race for Zach Wetstein. I'm interested to see what percentage of the race he has led, because it seems to me like he's dominated. We do want to once again thank Goat Locker Racing for their support of the Extreme Xfinity Series. The Extreme Xfinity Series is fueled by Goat Locker Racing. Goat Locker Racing is an organization that gives back to the veteran community. They're like-minded individuals that understand that to support veterans, we have to build a community. Their community will be based on camaraderie and the love of racing. Goat Locker Racing will sponsor veteran racers both in sim racing and real life through their sponsors and partnerships. Because when we end up in victory lane, so do our brothers and sisters. So make sure to check out Goat Locker Racing's website, goatlockerracing.com, for more information. Check out their Instagram, their YouTube, their Twitter, their Facebook as well. And once again, just thank you to Goat Locker Racing for all their support of the Extreme Xfinity Series. That's for sure. Zach Wetstein has just been doing good lap time after good lap time. Zach Wetstein has the fastest lap time of the race with 2 minutes, 15 seconds. He was the lead. I mean, man, Zach Wetstein just had a great day at Circuit of the Americas altogether. He was the leader in practice, the leader in qualifying, has led majority of the race, has the fastest lap time, is probably going to lead the most laps. What a race for Zach Wetstein. I mean, again, he's not home free yet. Anything can happen, especially at a track like Circuit of the Americas, but it's looking pretty good for him. Don't want to jinx him. Like I did Jonah Colbert. So far, what a season it has been in the Goat Locker Extreme Xfinity Series. Right now, your leader in points is Eddie Smith. He has 376 points, and then second in points is Cody McIlwain with 365. But both drivers have had rough races here tonight. Cody McIlwain didn't even start tonight's event, and Eddie Smith has manually disconnected. So I don't know if after this race we will see Eddie Smith as your points leader. I know Kostik's about 20 points behind Smith, and he's having a great race. So with the way it's looking, I think we're definitely going to see a new points leader after tonight's event. Here we go. 5 laps to go at Circuit of the Americas. Let's take a look at your current top 5 with 5 laps to go. Oops, did not mean to do that. There we go. Zach Wetstein is in first. Michael Kostik in second. Andy Kurtz is in position number 3. Fourth place right now is Daniel Cunningham. And then rounding out your top 5, we have Patrick Drobick. Right now, Wetstein with a 9-second lead over second place Michael Kostik. Man, what a dominant performance for Zach Wetstein. I do want to thank everyone for helping us reach 2,000 followers on Facebook. I know I started Intensity Broadcasting during the pandemic back in April of 2020 as a way to get back to racing and doing what I love. Of course, I had to do it virtually, but it was something to do, and I was not expecting Intensity Broadcasting to grow this much. It's been absolutely incredible. If you told me that I would have 2,000 followers on Facebook back when we started Intensity Broadcasting, I would have told you were crazy. And it's continuing to grow. We're broadcasting 7 nights a week, have a lot of awesome leagues that we broadcast, and just, man, I have to thank everybody who's followed to us from our first follower to our 2,000th. We definitely appreciate it. And at first, we did not broadcast on Facebook. We had always broadcasted on just Twitch and YouTube. But as soon as we started broadcasting on Facebook, the Facebook page really took off. So that really just shows, I mean, definitely if you are considering getting into the streaming business, definitely consider trying out Facebook. But once again, I just want to thank everybody for 2,000 followers, and hopefully we will just continue to grow. Four laps to go now for Zach Wetstein. Got a 9-second lead still over Michael Kostik. Not home free yet, but it's looking good for Zach Wetstein to get tonight's victory. Question is, does anybody have anything for that 9 machine? Yeah, I agree, Kevin. I don't think anybody has anything for him. As a broadcaster, I mean, you always gotta expect the unexpected. But Zach Wetstein, he's been so dominant. We'll see, though. Anything can happen. We've seen a lot of drivers make some mistakes here, getting loose, that kind of thing. Yeah, there you see. That's how big of a gap Wetstein has over Kostick. That's just absolutely incredible. Zach has definitely cemented himself here tonight as a true road course ringer. Yeah. Wetstein would definitely have to make some major mistake to lose this lead. And hey, once again, I do not want to curse Zach Wetstein with the broadcaster curse. But, hey, we'll see what happens. Still, anything can happen. I've seen drivers dominate, in my time in intensity broadcasting, I've seen drivers dominate races. And then on the last lap, turns 3 and 4, they get loose or make a lazy mistake. And boom, that ends their run. So that's why it's never over. Two laps to go now for Zach Wetstein. Can he finish up one of the most dominating performances of the season for a driver? I thought maybe Kostick would be up there battling with Wetstein after we saw him come in a little bit later than Wetstein and he had a little bit fresher tires, but no. It's just been all Zach Wetstein. Ooh, we see Wetstein getting a little bit loose off the corner there. Wetstein, these next two laps, these next two laps, Zach Wetstein is definitely gonna need to hit his marks, is gonna need to be mistake free, because one teensy little mistake for that 9 machine could cost him in the race. If he makes a mistake, maybe lap with 11 to go or 10 to go, he might still be able to make it up. But right now, with 2 laps to go, if you make a mistake, it's going to be hard to make it back up. Oh, looks like Wetstein slowed up a little bit there. That allowed Kostick to reel him in a little bit, but still, I don't think that little mistake right there is going to be enough to get Kostick up front. Here we go, coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go for Zach Wetstein to try to get his first the win here at Circuit of the Americas. He has been. If you notice, in a lot of these corners, he's like really flinging it. Wettstein's got to be careful to not break the car loose. I definitely agree. He's been really dirt tracking at these last couple laps. It's very important that he keeps it clean here and doesn't get loose. So here we go. Zach Wettstein absolutely dominated this race. Has led majority of the laps here tonight. Has the fastest lap time of the race. Was the leader in practice. The leader in qualifying. Has just done everything right here tonight. Just been smooth. Has hit his marks. Just an overall mistake-free race for that 9 machine. Michael Wombold says Wettstein winning a road course. Interesting. I know last time I broadcasted a road course race here in the Extreme Xfinity Series, Wettstein actually did pretty well. I know Wettstein's a pretty good road course racer, and running in that Thunderstruck, the short track experience can also help at these road courses just from the heavy braking and stuff like that. So here we go, coming into turn 20, the final corner, and on to the front stretch. He's got a 7-second lead. Zach Wettstein will win the race here tonight at Circuit of the Americas. What a race for that 9 machine. Yeah, I mean, I really didn't know Zach Wettstein was a road course ringer either, but he's just had a phenomenal race. Wow. Dominated this race. I mean, wow. There we go, there we go. We see Zach Wettstein doing burnouts here in a well-deserved burnout at that. What a race for that 9 machine. Absolutely dominated tonight's event. Great races for Kostick and Kurtz as well, but Zach Wettstein was just on a whole nother level. And there you go, burning it down. Look at that. So now it is time for the driver interviews. We're going to interview your top 3, starting off with your 3rd place finisher, Andy Kurtz. If we have any of our top 3 finishers watching right now, please make your way to the waiting room in the Rebels Discord so we can pull you in for your interview. Looks like there's still cars on track turning laps. What's up with that? Here we go. We got your winner, Zach Wettstein, in the waiting room. Got your second place finisher, Michael Kostick. See if we can get third place. Andy Kurtz there in the waiting room. If not, we'll start off with second place. There we go. We got Andy Kurtz in the waiting room. We'll go ahead and pull him in. Andy, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. Do you have a copy? Andy, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. Do you have a copy? Got you. Well, what a race for you here tonight. I mean, you started in that third place spot and you were running around there for a lot of tonight's event. And we saw you coming in you were battling with Daniel for a lot of this race for that third place spot, but after that you pretty much stayed for third place. Yeah, it ended up finishing with a 19-second lead over fourth place. I mean, had an overall good race running the top three. I mean, what was your take on tonight's event?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go pour myself a really strong drink after this one. It's a lot of fun. Just so much like concentration, just trying to keep it on the track. These guys do a heck of a job. Congrats to Zach and Mike for running such a awesome race, clean race, and yeah, like you said, running with Daniel too. Awesome racing with everyone. But yeah, I'd say my attitude going into these things is just as long as you can keep it on the track, you should be in a pretty good position at the end. So yeah, just try doing that, and worked out.
And we did see pitch strategy come into play a little bit there. What was your strategy? What was your pitch strategy here tonight?
Didn't really put too much thought into it. Didn't want to overthink it. So I just kind of split the race in half. Knew we only had to pit once, so I think it was either right on lap 12 or right after lap 13. But yeah, that was the first time doing a green flag pit stop too. So definitely wanted to take it easy and not throw the race away. So luckily, did a pretty good green flag pit stop there with no issues.
Awesome. Well, before we let you go, Andy, is there any sponsors or shout-outs?
Yeah, of course, want to thank series sponsor Goat Locker Racing, Big Fish Motorsports, and of course we got a couple other guys here, Kinder Farm and Ranch, Chappie Edits, Smeal Racing Designs, Magic Mike Motorsports, Seth Griffith, Peg Leg Felts, and P&J Motorsports.
Awesome. Well, again, congratulations on the podium finish here tonight. Have a great rest of your night.
All right, thank you very much. You too.
Yep, thank you. Now let's go ahead and pull in your second place finisher. It's the 04 of Michael Kostick. Here we go. Michael, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Well, what a race for you. I know you started in that second place spot, and you were battling for the lead there at first, but after that, Zach kind of ran away from you, and after you was just kind of chilling in that second place position for a lot of this race. Andy never really caught up to you, but you never really caught up to Zach. You were kind of in that medium area, and you had a fast run, 2 minutes, 16 seconds best lap time, and I thought you were maybe going to get Zach there with the pit strategy, but he still ended up coming out on top. I mean, what was your take on tonight's event?
Yeah, I mean, Zach, he was in a league of his own there. I was just trying to run smooth and not make any mistakes.
Now, I know tire strategy came into play a lot here in tonight's event. What was your strategy with the tires?
I was thinking about just taking fuel, but I seen how long Zach was in the pit, so I figured I'd better take 4 tires and just try to stay on track.
Got you. Well, before we let you go, Michael, is there any sponsors or shout-outs?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Goat Locker Racing for putting this on, you guys for broadcasting, Jonah and all the admins for putting together this league. It's always fun racing with everybody.
It was definitely fun watching here in the booth tonight. So, again, congratulations on the runner-up finish, Michael. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, let's go ahead and pull in now your winner from Greenwood, Indiana, Zach Wetstein. Zach, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Awesome. Well, what a race for you. absolutely dominant performance. I know you started that lead, and at first you were battling with Caustic there back and forth for that lead, but eventually you started to extend that gap, and that gap just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Just kept continuing to extend that lead, and I mean, what an absolutely dominant race. You just hit your marks all race long, had pretty much a mistake-free race, and you even had a good pit strategy. I know you weren't one of the last drivers to come, and you weren't one of the first. You kind of were in the middle, and you were still able to get ahead, or you're still able to get ahead of Caustic, who pitted a little bit later than you did. So, I mean, what's your take on tonight's event?
Just a long race, especially here. It's a tough track. So many corners, like 20, 24 turns, and but just so many places on track to make a mistake. So it's just trying to be patient on track, not spinning the rear tires as much as possible with these Xfinity cars. That's really hard. That first turn of the start, I hadn't had experience braking into turn one on the bottom line. And so I blew that corner, and Caustic was able to get the lead there. And thankfully, I was able to make the pass about the next lap or so, and kind of get back into the rhythm that I wanted to before the race started. It's just a shout out to all these guys who made it through. And it's just a tough track, tough race. And so to even make it through the entire race, the entire 24 laps is something to be proud of.
Now, I mean, what does it take to dominate a race here at Circuit of the Americas where there's just a lot of room for mistakes?
Oh, man, it's just easy in, easy out of the corner, you know. I know it sounds simple, but I promise, especially here, it's not. Wheel hopping is a big issue here, so you have to move the brake bias while you're racing, and that's tough. Getting on the gas too soon can spin your car around. So it's just there's a bunch of tiny mistakes that can happen that can add up here, with it being like a 2 minute 2 minute 20-second lap or whatever it is. Like you said, it's just there's so much room to make mistake, and so to make a mistake, and it's just about taking it corner by corner and hoping you can see the next lap with a clean race car.
Gotcha. Well, before we let you go, is there any sponsors or shout outs?
Yeah, absolutely. Go Locker Racing, who sponsors the Xfinity Series, Big Fish Motorsports, Kinder Farm and Ranch, Shappy Edits. Shout out to Kai. He's shipping off soon, so we'll still see him around, but he's done a lot for the league over the past couple of months. Magic Mike Motorsports, Seth Griffith, Pegleg Felts, P&J Motorsports, you guys, Intensity Broadcasting, you for getting through this race, because I know it couldn't have been easy. With no cautions and 24 laps here, that had to have been hard to get through. So shout out to you. And just like I said earlier, everybody that got through this race with how tough it is. And then finally my mom and dad.
Awesome. Well, again, congratulations on the victory, and hopefully we'll see many more this season. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you. You too.
Yep, thank you. Well, that is going to do it here for the broadcast tonight. One more time, congratulations to Zach Wetstein on the victory. I want to thank everyone who tuned in to watch the broadcast tonight. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, as it would be greatly appreciated. We're trying to reach our goals of 2,500 followers on Facebook and 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Check out our Twitter, Intensity Broad 1. We're always dropping polls and interacting with our viewers on there. And also make sure to check out our merchandise store, IntensityBroadcasting.com. Shirts, hats, mugs, mouse pads, and more on the web, stickers and much more on that website from your favorite broadcaster and all the amazing leagues. Make sure to check out that merch store. And I'm Atlee Atman Wheaton on behalf of the entire Intensity Broadcasting team. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Over and out.